right, one, it's going to help increase your joint range of motion. Right, it's going to help improve your muscles' ability to be elastic, to be able to lengthen and shorten and slide and glide. Y'all have heard about fascia and restrictions and how those can cause movement defaults in the body and can lead to injury and that sort of thing. So foam rolling helps to, one, break up those adhesions, allows your muscles to slide and glide, increases your range of motion at your joints, which is going to decrease your likelihood of injury. But it's also going to help you recover by getting out byproducts of the exercise and getting in new oxygenated blood, right? But this is the way I usually sell people on the importance of foam rolling. It may not work too well since y'all just got back from a run. It works best on people who are cold, right? But what I want you to do, I want you to stand with your feet together and your knees straight and try to touch your toes. And just kind of feel where the stiffness is, feel how stiff you are. Alright, so just kind of pay attention to it. Don't strain. Come back up. Alright, now we're going to take your tennis ball, and you may have trouble on the hardwood, so you may want to make your way over to the rubber if you can't keep your ball under your foot. We're just going to put the ball under your foot, put a little pressure on it, and roll it around. We're going to do one foot for 1 minute, and then we're going to switch to the other foot. Right? If you have some ankle issues, if you have some foot problems, you may want to do it more often, but once or twice a week, 3 times a week, something like that.
So this helps with ankles?
It will. It will. This will. All right, so we're done on this foot. Now I want you to go back to your toe touch. Anybody feel looser?
Yeah.
I see some people looking looser. So harder is not necessarily better. More pain is not necessarily better. That's even true when it comes to the foam rollers. And you may notice when you first start a practice that it hurts really bad. Just go light and work yourself into it slowly, and over time you become less sensitive to it. The less painful it becomes, and the better tissue quality you start to get over your entire body. So I like to start with the hips. We talked last time about hip rotation and the importance there, and I showed you a few stretches for hip rotation. Well, this is a good precursor to working on that stretch. So here we have a foam roller. You can buy these anywhere, Walmart, Target, Trak Shak, Alabama Outdoors, wherever you like. They're all over the place now. So I like to lean over onto that hip. I take the leg of the hip that I'm leaning towards, and I cross it over the opposite leg. That winds up those muscles around the hip, makes them lengthen. And then I'm just going to take the roller and go across it. And if I have poor tissue quality in there, it may feel like a fire poker. It may press on it and say, ooh. So when you're just starting out, maybe 10 to 15 rolls on each hip. Easy to transition. If you don't have the hip mobility to go here's just fine. And you can work on the figure 4 stretches that we showed you last time to try to get you to where you can do this, because this is important mobility for you to have. All right, so who gets a stiff neck when they run? I saw somebody start to raise their hand, right? So thoracic spine, your upper back. This is a real gentle roll. Hands across the chest or a big reach. The big part is we want to pull the shoulder blades apart so we can get to the musculature in between. And just right here. You kind of lean to one side, lean to the other. 10 to 15 rolls per side, maybe 10 down the middle. Were you about to say something?
No.
Okay. So thoracic spine, then we're going to bring it back down to the legs. When we're rolling the legs, just think front, inside, outside, back. Easy as that. So we can roll the front of the legs. I like to do one leg at a time. I bring the other leg off to the side. I'm resting on my forearms. I try to relax the leg that I'm rolling as much as I can. If I'm tensing up and I'm not breathing, the muscles aren't going to relax. I'm not going to be able to get in there and release it. So you can do some with your toes pointed straight down towards the floor. You can turn your toes out to get more medial quad. And then you turn your toes in to get more lateral quad. All right, so there's the quads, about 10 to 15 in each section. You can start with smaller rolls where you feel a little more sensitive. and then more sweeping rolls for more circulation, right? Then we've got the IT band. Straight down the side of the leg. So now I'm supporting myself up on my hand. I've got my top leg crossed over the front. The leg I'm rolling is straight, but not tense. I'm trying to relax, I'm trying to breathe. And I want to go down the meaty part of the leg, not up on the bony part of the hip. Not all the way down to the knee. Alright, so that's IT band. Then for the adductors, the inner thighs. Has anybody gotten like some medial knee pain with them in running? Yeah, this is a good thing for you to do. Those adductors can start to get tight, pull you in, right? So this helps to increase that tissue quality there, increase that mobility. I like to lie down with the foam roller long ways beside me. Bring this leg up and over. And start with just a small roll in tiny segments. Start down by the knee. I may do 10 to 15 rolls there. Come up mid-thigh. And then way up high into the groin. And spend a little time in each section. You take a ball and a yoga block. Or a book, or a coffee table, whatever you like. Just put the ball up on an elevated surface. And now I can work through my calf in small segments, try to find those pressure points, try to find those restrictions and work through them there without having to hold my body weight up with my arms. You're going to put your right hand on your upper chest and you're going to put your left hand on your belly button. Now, first thing I want you to do is breathe into your right hand. I want you to make your right hand rise when you breathe in and make your left hand fall when you breathe in. And then exhale. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. You can feel how that breath is up high in the chest. Now what I want you to do is take in a deep breath through the nose and make that left hand rise up. And your right hand should stay relatively still. That's taking a breath using the diaphragm. So when we're trying to recover, we're trying to take diaphragmatic breaths. Think about taking about 7 seconds to inhale. Getting a full fill. After the left hand rises, then the right hand may rise a little bit at the end of that inhale. You're going to hold the breath for about 4 seconds. And then exhale through pursed lips and just try to make that exhale last a long time. And then pause at the end of that exhale. And then start back in again with the slow inhale through the nose, about 8 seconds. Pause at the end of the inhale. And then exhale through pursed lips. Long, slow exhale. And all it takes is about 10 breaths like this, using the diaphragm.